I think it's safe to say most of us seriously underestimate this verse. Be alert and of sober mind, because the enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. This isn't meant to scare us, it's meant to protect us. Be alert, vigilant, watchful, intentional, clear-minded. So mentally alert, spiritually aware. Why? Because thoughts are how the enemy gets us. When our mind starts to be clouded by feelings, that's what makes us vulnerable. The enemy doesn't devour people who are meditating on how good God is instead of how bad we might feel. The enemy devours people who are distracted. A sober mind might feel anxious, but it refuses to ruminate on that anxiety. A sober mind can still struggle with thoughts and feelings, but it refuses to entertain those thoughts that are causing those feelings. This is where these passages come in. Do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. When we're not renewing our mind, we're conforming to the pattern of this world. If you want your life to be continually transforming, you've got to stop allowing conformity in your mind. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. We take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ. In other words, be intentional to take every thought, idea, or belief that challenges God's truth in Scripture and tries to control your mind. Submit it under the authority of Scripture. This is recognizing when those thoughts and feelings are coming up. You immediately pause, refuse to entertain those thoughts, examine them. What's the thought behind this feeling? And what's the lie here? Then align it with God's truth. Your mind is the spiritual battlefield, and the effects come out all over the place, but it starts here. When you allow lies to go unchecked, they control your feelings and actions. This is what spiritual self-defense looks like. It is not fear-based vigilance. It's faith-based awareness. The enemy is after your mind. And if he can get you to agree with the lies, that doubt is powerful. Anytime we entertain thoughts that are contrary to Scripture, that is doubt. It's doubting God's character, his power, his provision. And just like our faith builds, our doubt can build too. When your mind is being trained to go to that Scripture, when the bad feelings come up, the lies that have been causing those feelings lose power. Notice the lion is roaring. That roaring is intimidation. It's not authority. If the enemy had real power over you, he wouldn't need to use noise. Noise is meant to distract you from what you already have access to with God. You already have access to peace. But when you refuse to let go of the doubt, your hands are full and you can't accept peace. That's why Peter immediately says to resist the devil by standing firm in faith. Yeah, the enemy's out there and he wants you, but there's always hope, always peace, always joy, and God always wins. But you gotta stand firm in that even when it doesn't feel true.